Yo, I just wanted to show you this Beermoney app that I've been using for about 6 to 7 weeks now called Bestplay. Bestplay is one of the many copies of Justplay out there. I've earned a little over $40 from it. Bestplay essentially pays you to download and play games and watch ads. Now, I'm a little hesitant to say that this app has potential. I do want to say it has potential in the short amount of time that I've played it. I've seen a lot of things that make it look pretty appetizing to use, but there is one big gripe that I have with this, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But anyways, let's get to my culture.
Alright, really quick before I start, if anyone's curious on what Beermoney apps I continue to use or cash out from, I do have a monthly earnings page on my blog where I show what I cash out from for the whole month, every single month. I also plan to talk about this on my main channel when I'm less lazy, but I do plan to have like a separate video talking about like the financial stuff and like stocks and your money or whatever else that's financial. But anyways, let's get to the review. Just to show you really quick, this is my lifetime earnings, just to show you that I've been using it for a little bit. Now, as I said, Bestplay is pretty much a copy of Justplay, so a lot of things will be pretty similar. But as usual, we'll just start from top to bottom. So just like Justplay, we have a 3-hour cash out. You can see right now I have a 1 hour and 53 minute before it cashes out. And then there is a coin goal. Now, I don't know if this is for everyone, but at least for me, most of my coin goals are 400,000. So every, I think 2 to 3 days, it changes to like 1 million for that one day. And then, the day after that, it'll go back to 400,000. Now, when you hit whenever you hit the goal, if it's 400,000 or 1 million, it'll give you 400,000 extra coins or 1 million extra coins. Now, I'm going to say the same thing that I said with Justplay. Every time I hit the goal, whether it's a couple 100,000 or a couple million, it doesn't seem like it really affects my payout. So I could be wrong, but at least for me, it doesn't really, on average, my payout doesn't look like it really matters, even if I hit the cash out or not, or how many coins that I have. Now, let's move on to the video thing. I don't know how many videos you get, but it seems like every hour you get like a couple of videos, and then when you watch all the videos, it'll go on I think an hour and 30-minute cooldown or a 2-hour cooldown. I don't remember. But every video that you watch will go on like a 2-minute cooldown, like for the videos that they load onto your account or whatever. I don't know if this really affects your payout or whatever, but I'll talk a little more on this a little later. Now let's move on to the games. So when you download it, yours won't look like mine. Yours will probably look like this, where it says like trending games and it'll say like explore more. The only reason that it looks like this for me is because I have the games downloaded already, and these are the games that I haven't downloaded right. But once you download the games, your games will go up here. And I only really do 3 games. The first one is this dot link game, and then the word search game, and then the spider solitaire. And the reasons why I do these is because these are like the lowest effort games for me, and just like Justplay, since the coins don't really look like they matter for how much you get paid out, and they don't even tell you the conversion rate just like Justplay, I'm going based off of ads. And the lowest effort games for me, at the very least, is the spider solitaire and the dot link game. Now the word search one is kind of low effort, but you do have to actually play the game every so often, because you have to search for the words. When you use the ad thing, the thing to trigger the ad on the game, it finds the first letter of the word, and then you're still gonna have to find the word. But at least for dot link and spider solitaire, it plays the game for you. Like every ad that you watch, it essentially plays the game for you. And I personally recommend doing spider solitaire mostly, but you can also do dot link, like I said. They'll both get you a lot of ads very, very easily, and they'll give you a lot of points to fill up your goal in case if it actually really does matter on your payouts, or if you just want to hit the goal just in case. But those are the highest paying ones. Now, I'm not really gonna go through all the games just because this review is gonna be super long. But at least on the blog, I do list every game and how to activate the ads for them. So if you want to check that out, feel free to, and I'll touch a little more on that, on why you want to like trigger the ads. But another thing that separates this from Justplay is you can see these like money sign things. Like you can see the one money sign and then the two and then the three. And they're all in different colors. And the more money sign there is, it goes up to 3. But the more money sign it is, the more of a coin multiplier it is. So every game gives you a certain amount of coins, but having more like money sign will give you more coins instead of like, if you have 3 coins for like the spider solitaire, it'll pay you the most, and then the second or 2 will pay you the second most, and then 1 will pay you like the least that it'll pay you. Even if you have the least, honestly, you make enough coins to get up coins super fast from like these 3 these 3 games that I told you about. Now these usually rotate every 15 to 30 minutes. I don't remember. They don't really matter for me. Like I said, it's usually pretty easy to get the goal, and like I said, the goal doesn't seem like it really matters. But anyways, that's kind of all with the games. Let's move on to like some of the ways that you can kind of increase your earnings. Now I'm just gonna go here really quick. It says how to maximize your earnings, and it says to play several games, and then you play 1 for 15 minutes, you play 2 for 15 minutes, and then the third game for 15 minutes. I've tried this. I've tried multiple times. It doesn't really seem like it really pays me more than doing like 1 game at a time. Now I might need more time to test this, just because there's no like standard for how much they pay, and there's no conversion rate, and my payouts are very sporadic at times. So I just need more time and like data just to kind of get an average of what kind of works best, at least for me. Now this might work differently for you. Maybe you actually do get paid more for doing this, or you get paid more for doing 1 game. Feel free to try out for yourself, but at least for me, I'm still testing things. Now I want to point out to the main thing to look out here for is it says use gameplay boosts. Now these are the gameplay boosts that I was talking about for triggering ads. For those 3 games, if we go back here, that's all I'm triggering. Like if you play Spider Solitaire, like I said, or the Dot Link game, they essentially play the game for you. All you have to do is just hit the button. Every time the ad finishes, you just hit the button, it runs an ad, and then you exit out of the ad, you repeat. You do this while you're watching TV, playing games, or doing whatever you do throughout the day. Super easy, super low effort. I talk about how to do this on every single game, on how to trigger the ads, or use the power-ups that they want you to say. But the main thing that I'm pointing out from what they say about using the power-ups is I'm assuming, saying it in their own way, the more ads you watch, the more you'll get paid, which is what I've been talking about for Justplay earnings and earnings for Bestplay. It's based off of ads, I'm pretty sure. And maybe I'm looking too far into it, or is a conspiracy theory or whatever, but it seems likely that the more ads you watch, the more you make. I mean, it's logical. Like how are they gonna make money to pay you if you don't watch ads, right? But anyways, the next thing that I want to talk about for increasing your earnings, which is not confirmed for me, they say it does, but honestly, like I said, I haven't noticed a difference. They run promotions, and you can see the current promotion at the very top. It says 2x coins. It's probably the worst promotion that I've seen from them. But they usually run a promotion every single day. Some of these promotions will last a day or 2 days, or like, I don't know, like an hour a day or 2 hours a day. But they do come out with like new promotions every couple of weeks or so, or at least, I don't know. I haven't seen all the promotions. Like I said, I've only been using this app for like a little over a month, and I'll have all this information for the promotions on the blog. But some of these promotions will say that like you earn more for doing the superpowers on the games. And like I said, if you check out the blog, it tells you how to trigger these ads, which is what I use for for triggering ads, which are the superpowers and stuff. And that's the only reason why I play any of these other games. Sometimes they run promotions for, use 10 of the superpowers for every single game and do that as much as you can, or sometimes you'll save for 1 game and stuff. And like I said, I list how to do that on the blog. I'm not going to show you here just because it's going to make the video even longer. Now, what they say is when you do these promotions, it increases your chances of earning more, or it'll increase your chances of winning a giveaway or like winning this like shared or winning more money from the shared pot. Like I said, I haven't noticed an increased earnings for myself, so I can't confirm if it does, even if they say it does. You know, they're not very transparent with the conversion rate, so it's kind of hard to like trust them on their word, right? But that's pretty much all for like increasing your earnings. They're not confirmed, like I said. I do plan to use this app more over the future, just so I can get a more accurate and like more data, just to get like more statistics and whatever. So the blog will be updated over time. Now let's get to the downside that I was talking about for this ad or for this app, which I really don't like it. But I'm just gonna throw a picture up really quick. This is what the server error looks like, and this is the thing that I have a problem with for this app. Sometimes you'll get a server error where it locks you on the screen. Even if you close the app, whatever you do, um, it forces you to, like, there's only one way to solve this problem. You're gonna have to hit the blue button on the bottom where it says like contact support, and it's gonna take you to this page um, right here, and the FAQs. The only thing you're gonna worry about is hit the bottom one, this bottom drop down right here, where I can't find my answers. It takes you to the contact us page. Now it's gonna fill out the reason for you. It's gonna fill out your email. You're also gonna have to type like at least a 50-word message, which is kind of annoying, but you're just gonna have to do it, and then you hit send. Now, you know, as most apps do, they're gonna send you an automated email saying like, "Oh, we received your email," and they'll get back to you within 3 business days. Now, the problem with this is you have to wait 3 business days, and you know, if you get the server error on a Friday, you're gonna have to wait like 3 extra days, because you know Saturday and Sunday aren't business days. So if you get it on a Friday, you're gonna have to wait an extra 2 days. Now, the thing that kind of sucks about the server error is that the only way that you can fix it, like I said, is contacting support. You're gonna have to wait for them to like send you another email saying like, "Hey, we fixed the app. You can use the app again," but you can't earn on the app. And I've had this problem 4 times already, and I've only used this app for like 6 to 7 weeks, right? And 4 times isn't a lot, but like 4 times in 6 to 7 weeks is a lot, especially compared to like Justplay. Like, I have server errors on Justplay, but like I don't have to contact support to fix it, and it usually takes like an hour or less, or like sometimes 3 hours to have them fix the server error problem. And sometimes I can still earn on Justplay even when the server is down. Not always, but sometimes I can. And you can't do that on on Bestplay right now. You know, like if the whole server goes down, or if your account says like there's a server error problem or something, you have to wait until they fix it before you can even use the app again. And like I said, I've had this 4 times, which is way too much for 6 to 7 weeks. And Justplay does have it, like I said, but just not that, like, not as often. That's pretty much like the biggest problem that I have with Bestplay right now. Now let's move on to the cash out options. I don't remember where I cash out right here. So you hit cash out right here, and your cash out options are PayPal and Amazon. And you can also donate the money to the American Red Cross and the UNICEF USA. I don't know that charity, but the cash out time usually is instant or within a couple minutes. Now, I've read that like sometimes it can take an hour or 2 hours, or sometimes it can take up to a day, but most of the time it should be instant. You know, whenever you cash out, it should hit um your desired cash out place. I'm just gonna throw up the screenshot really quick showing you the cash out that I did recently with this app, just to show you that I did get paid and it is legit. There's not too much else to talk about on this. Just some closing thoughts that I have for Bestplay. I really want to say that like this app has a lot of potential, but like just to have this for you to keep in mind. There's a lot of copies of Justplay out there, and they employ this strategy called like a honeypot strategy. And what it is usually for the first week or the first couple of days or the first 2 weeks, most of these apps will pay you a lot on the payout. And their goal is to try to get you hooked onto the app and keep using it, which is why they pay you a lot, and then they eventually like pull it back and they pay you like very little. And they're hoping that you keep using the app and hoping that you will that you're only using the app hoping that like the next payout might be the big payout, right? Just because like Justplay has weeks or days that it'll pay you way less than other days and stuff, and they're just hoping that you're gonna keep doing that. Which is a big problem that I have with a lot of these apps, and I'll cover more of those apps in the future. But at least for Bestplay, on average, it seems like I get paid a pretty fair amount, you know. I made $41 within like 6 to 7 weeks. That's pretty good. You know, it's not better than Justplay yet, but it is pretty good. And this app hasn't been out for as long as Justplay has. And Justplay took years to improve. And over the 6 to 7 weeks that I've been using Bestplay, it seems like they've been adding a lot more games, you know, especially from the first day that I started using it. A lot of the promotions are pretty like, or they're adding more promotions, they're updating the app pretty frequently and stuff, and it looks like the app has potential, you know, from the speed that they've been adding things to this app, and you know, just improving it over time. The payouts are pretty decent, you know, not better than Justplay yet, but they are pretty decent. I have some days that are pretty good for payouts, but I think given time, this app could rival Justplay or be better than Justplay. So I do think this app is kind of worth using if you want to try it out yourself. You know, maybe you'll earn better than me. A lot of people earn way more than me on Justplay alone as well. So, you know, maybe this app works better for you than Justplay, and, you know, just try it out for yourself. Try it out for a couple weeks and stuff. It's pretty good. But there's not too much to talk about. Just go back on the blog, or just to mention something I forgot. I do talk a little bit about the ad stuff and how ads kind of pay you and stuff. I don't want to talk about it on this video just because, you know, I don't want them to come after the video if they do. It's just safer for me to talk about in the blog. But I do talk a little bit more about the ad stuff. It's just more theories and stuff. They're not confirmed or anything. And, it's just stuff that I've learned over time. And it's really hard to get a very good like confirmation on these things, because I would need the metrics from the advertisers and Bestplay devs, and you know that's never going to happen. They're never going to give me that information, you know. They're not going to give it to anyone, honestly. But anyways, that's pretty much all that I have for this app. I'll update the app over time. I'll probably continue to use this over the months and cash out from it every month. So you can feel free to check out my future monthly earning pages just to see if you're curious on how much I earn from this app. And you know, the video review for Bestplay, or the blog review for Justplay, like the written version, will change over time just because I'll be using it more and I'll be testing things, and I'm sure they're going to update and add more things, and yeah, I'll be updating the blog when they do. But anyways, I'm going to get back to watching some One Piece. Take care.